All right, we're on Unit 4, Day 2 today. Some more inequalities. So let's get to our notes page, or just a regular page, piece of paper is fine. Um, we're talking about translating words to inequalities today. So the last couple days, they've given us the inequality. Now we're going to have to translate a little bit and take a look at and keep this chart in mind when we're doing our translating. So more than should be an easy one, or greater than, because those two things are identical. When you see more than or greater than, it's just the greater than sign. So that's the one that doesn't look like an L. So I'm going to do both of those. If I see less than, that's the one that's shaped like an L. So it looks like that. Fewer than is the same as less than. So that one's an easy one too. Now, these other ones with the word at or no, those are the tougher ones. If we take a look at down below here, if you see the word at or no, you always do the opposite of what's afterwards. So at least, the opposite of least or less than is going to be greater than. So it's going to flip. And then the word at or no always tells you it's got the equal sign underneath as well. So whenever you see the word at or no, you have the equal sign underneath, and we do the opposite of what's after the word at or no. So more than is usually a greater than sign. So we're going to do the opposite because the word no is before it, and it has an equal to sign because of that word no. At most, so most means more than, so we're going to do the opposite of most, or more than, which would be less than. The word at is there, so that means we put the equal sign there underneath as well. No less than is just the opposite of less than, so that's greater than or equal to. And then no fewer than, fewer means less, so that would also be greater than, oopsie, or equal to. And then whenever you have anything above, larger, any other synonym, that's always greater than. Anything smaller, below, is always less than. So those are all the inequalities that we need to make sure that we know as far as the word translating goes. Sorry about that first one, it's a little ugly. So let's do some translation now. We're just going to use a letter X for the variable. So it says she is at most 25 years old. So at most is what I'm looking at here. So I know that's going to be, if I go over to this left side, at most is going to be less than or equal to. Less than, equal to. We use X for she. So anytime we have a pronoun, we're just going to use, or something that we're talking about, we're just going to use the letter X. And then 25 is on the other side. So that would be the translation of she is at most 25 years old. So X is less than or equal to 25, because the most she could be is 25. She could be 24, 23. She couldn't be 26 though, because that means that she'd be greater than 25. All right, next one, at least. If we take a look at that keyword there, we go to at least on the left side, we see that it's greater than or equal to. And then we use X for the left side. And then 15. Excuse me. 15 is the number on the right side. The speed limit. Ooh, this is a good one. So this one doesn't have any of those keywords, but if we think about what a limit means, it means we're not supposed to go over it. So we can say less than for the speed limit, and then 35. I would also accept if you did less than or equal to, because some people will say you can go the speed limit, you're just not supposed to go over it. So either one we would give you credit for. There are more than, so X more than means just greater than. It doesn't say at or no, so there's not an equal to underneath. And 10 students would be what that looks like. Fewer than, so it would be X is less than, and then fewer than is less than, and there's 50 of them, 50 runners. At least 16 years to drive a car, so X would be on the left side here. And then it says at least. So on the left side, we find at least, that's the greater than or equal to, because we do the opposite of least, which would be more than. And then the word at tells me there's an equal to sign, and then 16. And that should make sense. To drive a car, you have to be at least 16, which would mean X is greater than or equal to 16. So you can be 16 or above. You must be at least 18 to vote. So that again would be greater than or equal to 18. You may retire no earlier than. So no earlier would be the opposite of earlier, which would be greater than or equal to. And then the word no tells me there's the equal to sign. And then 62 is the number. And it is warmer than -5 degrees. So warmer than would be greater than, and then -5. I hope that it's always warmer than -5 degrees out. She looks no older than 40. So older would be greater, but because the word no that's in front, we're going to do opposite. So it'd be less than or equal to 40. So that's the most she's looking. So she's looking underneath 40 essentially, because there's no older than. He is at least 6 feet tall. So that means he's bigger than 6 feet. The word at least, or the keywords, tell you it's greater than or equal to 6. So that's the translation part that you're going to be working on tonight. Helpful hints. If we take a look at the bottom right here, more than means greater than. Is more than, or less than means just this less than sign. And then is more than means there's an equal sign there. And is less than means that there's an equal sign there. So the key word there is means equals, and no is doesn't have the equal to. So let's keep going. So we have these 5 problems on the back. All right. So if we take a look at number 1, it says 4 times a number is no more than 24. So we know that a number from the past is our variable. So we usually use x. So 4 times that number would be 4x. Is no more than means that we have a greater than sign, and then no more than is the equal to, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I did that backwards. No more than is where we do the opposite of the more than sign, and then we'd have an equal to sign. Because of the word more than, we always do opposite, and the keyword no in front means that we have an equal to, and then it's 24. So now, this is where we're going to solve using our rules that we solved with yesterday. So we divide by 4, and we get x is less than or equal to 6. So the number, because it's written in a sentence, we're going to write our answer in a sentence, is less than or equal to 6. So that'd be my answer there for number 1. Twice a number decreased by 5. So a number, once again, is going to be my x variable. So this says twice, so that'd be 2 times x. Decreased means minus. By 5 is at least. So this is where the inequality sign is at. So now we're going to go greater than or equal to, for at least, that's what was on our other side, 11. So now we add 5 just like we did yesterday, where we treat it like it's an equal sign. And then we divide by 2. And we get x is greater than equal to 8. So we'd say the number is greater than or equal to 8. So that's how we'd write our little sentence, just really simple. And then number 3, 4 more than 3 times a number. So 4 more than 3 times a number. So 4 more is 4 plus. We don't write an inequality there because the word more than just means plus. Okay, is, when we see the is, that's when we have the inequality sign. So 3 times a number would be 3x. Is less than, so that'd be less than 31. So that's what that looks like. 4 more than, so it'd be 4 plus. 3 times a number would be 3x, and then less than 31 would be just the less than sign 31. So we subtract 4, we get 3x. Oopsie, that's a bad 3. We get 3x is less than, I think that's 27, divided by 3. And we get x is less than 9. So we'd say the number is less than 9. So that'd be our answer for number 3. Number 4 says Rob wants to spend no more than $1,000 to update his bathroom. Okay. If he spent $250 on tile, how much can he spend on everything else? So no more than means less than or equal to 1,000. It said that he spent $250 on tile. How much can he spend on everything else? We don't know what everything else is, so that's our variable because that's what we're looking for. Whatever you're looking for is always your variable. So we would set it up as 250 plus x or x plus 250. And then to solve that, we would just have to subtract 250 from both sides. And we get x is less than or equal to 750. So in the end, my answer would be Rob can spend less than or equal to $750. So that's how much you'd have left. And then 5 says Maria has $225 saved for her vacation. She earns $15 an hour walking dogs. She wants to earn at least $750 to pay for her vacation. How many hours must she work? So in this case, we're looking for hours, right? So I know H is my number of hours that I'm looking for. That's labeling my variable. So she wants to earn at least 750. So that's greater than or equal to 750. It says that she already has 225 and she makes 15 per hour. So that's how you set that up. That'd be 225 plus 15H. That's how much she's going to earn. And she wants to save at least 750. So we subtract the 225 to the other side. We get 15H is greater than or equal to, I think that's 525. And then we would divide by 15. And we pull up this calculator, 525. Oopsie. Divided by 15. So 35. So let's go back to that. So H would be greater than or equal to 35. So Maria must work at least 35 more hours. And that's everything that's on your homework tonight, is just converting and doing some of these word problems as well. If you have any questions, make sure you talk to your teacher. And if you don't, you can get going on your homework. I'll see you tomorrow for the next day of inequalities. Take care.